Hey there YouTube, it's Elizabeth. In this video I'm going to be watering and fertilizing a whole bunch of plants. So come along with me as I do some planty chores. It's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. The sun is shining and my plants are happy for the most part. I need to water everything except for my succulents. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's a Saturday, so it's plant chore day. My dog is playing around so you can hear his nails on the ground. My succulents are up here, so I'm not going to water these guys. Yep, everything needs water. I've started watering my moss poles, so my Standeliana, my Adansonii, my Dubia all have water. My Baltic Blue is getting water right now. You can see the water bottle is up on top of the moss pole. So I'm just going to work my way around the room with the water bottle. Next will be my Deliciosa, and I'll just work my way around the room with my moss poles. And then I have two up by the window, and then the last two over there in the corner. So I'll just do that. And then I have a lot of plants that I bring to the sink. So let me show you what I have over there. I haven't done my dishes yet, and can you see what my cats did to my paper towels? They completely shredded it. But first what we have are my obliqua and my pinnatipartita. These are both monsteras. I want to show you my obliqua. So this had 5 leaves, and then it had thrips, and this is too expensive of a plant to be getting thrips, and it ended up losing 2 of its leaves, and you can see there's quite a bit of damage there. I'm trying to hold still. Quite a bit of damage on that top leaf, and I was really scared that I was going to lose that leaf as well. And there's even some damage on these bottom 2 leaves. You can see there's some yellowing there. But anyway, it lost 2 leaves, but now there's some new growth on there, which I'm so excited about. Can you see there's that little leaf starting to peek out? So that makes me really happy to know that this plant is hopefully going to live, because like I said, it was not a cheap plant. And then, so I'll water that guy, and then my pinnatipartita has not done a thing. So I've shown this before, and it's still just got this 1 leaf. I moved it under a grow light to see if that would kind of hurry it along. At first I had it under a grow light, and then this leaf started to get some yellow on it. You can see there. And so I moved it out of the grow light. I thought it was maybe getting too much light. But now I've moved it back under the grow light because the yellowing hasn't gotten any worse. So we'll just see what happens. Let me give these guys a water. This pinnatipartita pot has a drainage hole, but it must be clogged or something because it doesn't actually drain. So what I have to do is water it and then tip it upside down and like keep my hand over the top so that the potting medium doesn't fall out, and drain it out of the top. So it's kind of awkward, but that's just what I have to do. Next is my Caladium Hilo Beauty. This plant is no longer in the 2-leaf club. There are, I guess 3.5 leaves. This leaf needs to come off. It's not quite ready yet, so I'll just wait. So yeah, kind of 3.5 leaves on there. They're so tiny. The normal size of these leaves is like 10 inches at least in diameter, and mine are about 1 inch in diameter. So I don't know if it's a humidity issue, because this plant likes about 90% humidity and I'm at about maybe 75. Yeah, I'm at about maybe an average of 75 this time of year, which is still pretty good. But I still really like it. I love the variegation on the leaves. I just think it's cute. I have 2 plants that just aren't really doing it for me. The first is my Rojo Congo. Both of them have had thrips quite a bit, and this one, the last 2 leaves have just been eaten by thrips, and they don't develop, and they just come out already dead. If that makes sense, they already, like, they emerge already dead. And so I haven't been too happy with this plant. It only has 4 leaves. I'm tempted to chop it back just to kind of see what happens. But anyway, there's that one. And then my Prince of Orange, it's a lot fuller, but it also has struggled with thrips. And the new leaves don't have that bright, beautiful orange color. They're just really muted, and yeah, not bright and beautiful like they should be. So it's kind of an ongoing struggle with these 2. I don't know what the deal is, but they just can't beat the thrips. I don't know. I treat them and I don't know what else to do. But I'm tempted to chop this one back as well. I'm just thinking about it. I don't know if I'll actually do it, but let's just give these a water. I don't see any thrips on them right now, which is good. It's been maybe a couple weeks since I've seen thrips, so that's pretty good. That's quite a long time for them to not have thrips, so that's good. I'll take what I can get. Next, I've got my 2 Alocasias. I've got my Silver Dragon and I've got my Black Velvet. Both of these were kind of dormant for a while, but I am seeing some new growth on both of them, so that's good. The Silver Dragon, I hope you can see, there's 2 dead leaves, but on each corm there's a new little leaf coming out. And I don't know if these leaves are ready to come off yet. Oh, that one is. I think I'll wait on that one, but I hope these 2 new leaves grow. I don't know if you'll be able to see. There's some new growth kind of in the middle of the screen there. And there's some right there. So hopefully I get some new leaves. I really like these Alocasias. They've given me... I've had some problems with spider mites, but I think with Alocasias that's just to be expected. I repotted my Bromeliad guzmania pup a couple weeks ago, and I put it into some chunky orchid bark mix, and it's doing pretty well. It's still alive anyway, so that's good to see. So I'll just give this a water. Next is my Thai constellation. It hasn't really done anything, but I haven't had any issues with pests, so that's good. Let's just give it a water. Next I have my two anthuriums. This one is my Anthurium andraeanum, and it has had problems with thrips quite a bit, but it's been okay for maybe a couple weeks. And then this is my latest acquisition. It is a magnificum verde crystallinum hybrid. So there it is, very beautiful. It's got 4 leaves. And I can't wait to see this one grow. Here's a plant I don't really want to talk about, but I will. I don't want to exclude any plants. It's a peace lily, if you couldn't tell, or a Spathiphyllum. And it's just really sad. It does need water, but the leaves are browning, it's not growing, and I have put it in the window just to see if it's a light issue, but I don't really know what the deal is. That's all I really want to say about this plant. Let me get it some water. This plant I also have to drain out of the top of the pot. Okay, I have 2 more plants, I think. I think just both of my orchids, and that's it. So I've got 2 Phalaenopsis orchids. This one I am waiting for it to rebloom. It has recently given me a new root, so that's good, but I want blooms. Let's give it a water. And then this one has just finished blooming. No more blooms on these inflorescences. And it has pushed out a little leaf down in there. So I'm going to keep these inflorescences on the plant until they decide to fall off on their own. If they decide to rebloom, that would be great, but they've already rebloomed, so I don't think they'll bloom for a 3rd time, but they might. I mean, it's possible. But yeah, let's give this guy a water. I see my battery's about to die, so I will charge up my camera and then we'll grab the watering can and then go around to the rest of my plants that need watering and give them a water. All right, I've got a fresh new battery and I am working my way around the room with my water bottle, watering the moss poles. So let's take my watering can and water the plants that need the watering can. So my bird of paradise is working on this one leaf. It's been working on this leaf all winter and spring, but it recently shot out this little leaf right there. So now both plants have new growth on them, which is really exciting. I'm just going to feel the dirt to see if it needs watering, and yeah, it's pretty dry. I'm just going to give it a little bit. This pot does not have any drainage in it. I really need to put it in a different pot, but every time I look at the store, either they're too expensive or they're too small. or I just can never find the right pot. So it's going to stay in this one until I find the right pot. Up here I have my string of fish hooks. Even though this is a succulent, I water it every week. I have my El Choco Red here, Philodendron. Let me give it a little bit. There's actually 2 plants in here, but I think the second one is about gone. This plant had thrips. It's just not doing that great. It does have a new leaf on there, so that's good. My pastazanum, I'm going to give a little bit of water to. And then down here I have my Pilea peperomioides. Just a little bit for that guy. And then I have all my propagations, which are doing pretty well. No pest issues. My Philodendron hederaceum lemon lime. Ooh, spilling water. They're all just in sphagnum moss. My white princess philodendron. My Philodendron Super Dwarf Red. And then my Mandula doesn't actually have any roots, but it's not dead yet, so I'm just going to keep it here in sphagnum moss and see what happens. I'm not expecting much, but you never know. Okay, that's it for this shelf. I'm going to get some more water and we will continue with the next shelf. Okay, up here, the only thing I'm going to water is my croton. This guy is always so thirsty. He goes pretty droopy when he's thirsty and then bounces right back. Yeah, he's kind of a drama queen, or she. And that's all I'm going to water on this shelf. These are succulents, and I've already watered the Anthurium. So that's it. And then on this shelf, all that's left to water is my Aglaonema, which is doing really well actually. In my last video, I showed you it has some new growth on it, even though I wasn't expecting it to survive. I put it in this window, and that's all it needed was some more light. And it's got some new leaves growing right there. So yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh, I have one more plant that I need to water. Let me go get it. This is the last plant I need to water. It's my Vanda Dr. And I just hang it over the sink, and it doesn't actually have any potting medium, and that's just how it grows. But as you can see, I'm just kind of sprinkling water on it. I would normally water it with the hose here, but I have fertilizer in here, so I'm going to water it with the watering can. And I'll just let this hang over the sink to dry off, and then I'll put it back by the window. And that's all of my plants watered. I skipped over my Monstera deliciosa, but let me show you the newest leaf. Isn't it adorable? It's a little bit lopsided. It only has fenestrations on one side, but I think it's really cute. It's the biggest leaf so far, and when it was emerging, I kind of unrolled it, and I didn't see the fenestrations because the fenestrations were on the inside, and I was worried that it wasn't getting enough light. And I'm still a little worried about it, but I don't know what else to do. It has just the one grow light pointed towards it, and it's not an expensive fancy grow light. It's just an Amazon, like a cheap Amazon grow light. And I'm not really in the market for anything fancy. So that's really all the light that it's going to get for now. So we'll just have to see what else it does for me. It is putting out another leaf. This just emerged today, so I'm excited to see how fenestrated that one is. But yeah, this is one of my favorite plants. I know it's a basic house plant, but I just love it. I also want to show you, so I got my Epipremnum pinnatum variegata, and I showed you me unboxing this plant and putting it up on a moss pole, and it, for the longest time, it didn't do anything. This leaf took so long to unfurl, and I thought it had thrips because it was damaged and it just wasn't unfurling. But I'm really excited to say that it's doing so much better now. It gave me this beautiful leaf with tons of variegation, and it's a good sized leaf as well. And I think what happened here is it was just under a lot of stress from shipping, because I did order it through the mail. So that's why it was damaged. But yeah, so it's back on its feet now, and it gave me this leaf, and it is rooted into the moss pole. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. Yeah, right there. You can see the little aerial root is heading straight into the moss. So I'm not too worried about this plant at all. So at the same time I got this one, I also got the variegated vanilla orchid. And this one just had a tiny little root system, and it has not grown any new leaves at all, and the existing leaves have not grown at all. So it has this tiny leaf, and that one has not grown a single bit. But it does have some aerial roots, and again, it's going to be hard to show you, but like this little root here is headed towards the moss pole, and then down here there's some aerial roots that are headed towards the moss pole. So it is doing something. It's just growing very slowly, but you know, I try to keep the moss pole hydrated and do everything right, and hopefully it'll give me some new growth. But yeah, I just wanted to update you on those two plants. Well, I finally finished watering all my moss poles. I finished up with my Siltepecana here, which you saw me pot up in my last video. So that's all my plants watered, except for just a couple succulents, and I didn't water my snake plant. But everything else is watered and fertilized and set for about a week. I won't have to water anything for about a week, maybe 6 days. But yeah, that was my Saturday watering plants. Thank you so much for coming along with me, and I hope that was somewhat relaxing and enjoyable. That's going to be the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.